always want bigger, bigger. The next one's going to be real big. There's our turn off already. I don't know if you can pick up the engine. It's Porter's. It sounds better than a glass pack. It's called Porter, P-O-R-T-E-R mufflers. And they're not that loud. So right here, the dead end road that used to be the road we were just on, or the highway, which would have just went straight here into a town called Dykesville here. And the speed limit's dropping to 45. Very small town, 35 here. I always like saying small town, one gas station, one church, grocery store, 4 bars. Frosty tip here. Sometimes 5 bars. Shell in this. BP I might trust, maybe Mobile. Gotta watch this guy here, be careful. Ah, he's looking for a truck here, it's for sale. You should run 91 in anything you drive, period. The cheaper gas gets a lot of deposits in the heads, but 45 here. So you should really just run the best gas, but how much money does anybody have? But if you got a car that's modified, you know, bigger engine than stock, if you don't run the 91, it can ping a lot when you step on it. Engine knocker pinging. It sounds like a rattling in the engine. It's called what they call pre-detonation. You can explain it. So you don't have that problem. It just runs better on higher octane. And for the same point, I don't have to do it with this motor, but if I went any bigger, you'd have to run racing fuel, so it didn't ping or blow your head gaskets, blow your heads right off when you really gave it. That dog. What a neat dog. I love dogs. And so it's well being with the motor that way too. And you can get racing fuel here or there, you just gotta look for it. But of course it's really expensive, which isn't a problem if you got the money. Do it. Hour 55 here, miles an hour. Back roads, just wind your way up there. Super fun. It's not as relaxing as you'd think. It's fun, like exciting. In a way, it's relaxing too. That's the new highway there. Just came off of. You can see it. New highway divided, 4 lane. You got to be careful on these rides during deer season or spring where the hunters are going, because the deer seem to be a little more active. You run in front and you can hit one. But hunting is fine, and I wanted to say something for hunting, that sometimes you don't like the thought of a deer being shot, or other animals like birds you hunt. But with the deer, everybody should know that the herd would get so big that deer would die of things if you don't keep the size of the herd down. Hunting does that. But we're meant to hunt. We're meant to eat meat. The Bible says so. It's in the Bible. It's all good. But for a long time, I had a problem thinking of a deer getting shot or a cow getting slaughtered, which is a little strange because I love hamburgers. Think about it. And you can eat venison, you eat venison. Never hunted, but boy, it's got to be great. I bet it's just by itself hunting. Kind of like fishing. Well, hunting, fishing's great too. What is it? So I had a hard time, but I can't think of a deer getting shot. You see them coming home on the back of their trailers, hunters' trailers. You got to think about it. It's meant to be. God intends it. And if, like I did, if you got something squeamish about it inside and you don't want to think about it, you should work on that. I don't want to bore you. Hawks and eating the rabbits or catching mourning doves is the same thing. I had such a problem with that. But if you're going to feel sorry for the hawk so he doesn't kill and eat, that's how they eat, then the hawk's gonna die if they don't kill and eat. So you don't seem to ever care about the hawk if you're like that. And wait a minute, that's a little different. There's something wrong here. You care about the other bird dying but not the hawk. Maybe you need something better upstairs. A lot of old tractors laying around. You should buy them all and restore them if you'd let them go. Some of these farms are still operating. On the right side of this corner, there's always an old car sitting out in the front, like a 30-something. It's rusty, but third gear for this. There it is, Jed. Now we got a speed reduction. went into Namur, Namur. It's a Belgian community originally. Belgian. Big right turn here, right corner. There we go, 55 again. Hope I got enough battery to do this in the camera. Find out the battery length on this one. Go through a lot of little towns along the way here. I didn't mention back there was Dykesville. I think, maybe, yeah, I did. The 4 or 5 bar one. Here's Brussels already. Brussels. They like 40 through their town here, 40 miles an hour. Back up to 55. Big hill here. Good place to empty the secondaries out of your carburetor. I like to let off the gas a little, get under the speed limit, not too fast here, but this is floored. Going uphill, you don't pick up so much speed, but you got to give it full throttle once in a while, or that gas will sit in the secondaries if you never use the secondaries. And like anything else, the gas gets old enough, you got problems, then to plug it up and that. You can clean the car, a little bit of work. All you got to do is maybe you go on an on-ramp or something, let it go. Not too fast, right? Don't speed, but it's just got a full throttle. It's not how fast you're going. And then you get fresh gas put in there from the fuel pump, and everything stays fresh. The new highway again. Pretty windy today. I was saying before about a couple of cars I've had so many over the years that I kept, not just did for money, but they came and went, like 57 Chevy two-door sedan, which I put the Bel Air trim on it. Had a screaming 327 4-speed. I'd like to mention 67 Le Mans convertible I had just to make money. But I drove that around a little with the power top. That was great. The 400 Pontiac engine with the 400 transmission. 41 Chevy 1.5 was my work truck for a long time, and I towed a car trailer with it. My towing vehicle. 66 Mustang, but that was for money. I'm gonna stop at this wayside, show you something. This is Tornado Memorial Park. They made into a wayside. I'm gonna walk over by this well site in a minute. A fire came through here that was so bad it pretty much killed everybody.
Well, I'm not gonna say no.
What?
You let me take it for a drive, I'm not gonna say no.
Oh, okay. I don't know if you know what the cameras I'm filming right now.
Oh, that's cool. What year is this?
64.
Nice. Beautiful. Very nice.
I'm sharing some history of my ride here. I was going to walk over to the plaque and
That's awesome.
post it online. You know.
Well, enjoy your ride.
Yeah, thanks much.
Absolutely.
Cool guy. So if you can read this plaque, I'm gonna guard the car here for a minute. It just talks about the fire that came by in 1871, and this site is the well where the 5 people hid and survived the fire in. It was that bad. (1871). I think the fire came from Peshtigo, and the winds were so strong it just brought it all the way here. And you just couldn't get out of the way in time. Nice shot of the Impala here. Not too much farther to go. Remember, if you're thinking of trying to stick, you can do it. You can do it. No lie. You can do it. Find like a parking lot is best on a Sunday where everybody's gone, they're not open, and just practice. And anybody that started out, you can see guys that have shifted. They look so easy. They felt just like you when they started. Oh, where do I go? And you're gonna snub it, even if you get the hang of it. You're gonna snub it for your first few months driving on the road. You'll snub it a couple of times. Just start it up again. You don't give it enough gas quick enough to kill the engine. For a while, that's all we had was sticks. Cars were invented with sticks. That's all. There weren't any automatics. A car just was stick. Automatic transmissions came out in the late 40s. That must have really impressed people. Wow. You mean you just put it in gear and step on the gas? Here's the cheese shop. Run inside there quick. Usually don't park in the handicapped here. I could get over in that other spot. I'm not gonna. But I worry about the car getting screwed around with. They got somebody. We're gonna be out of here in 5 minutes. Should never do that otherwise. But I was gonna say we're gonna shut the camera off here for a minute because I got a spare battery I want to put in it, and then we'll resume the video part 2 for going back home then when I come out. So, see you in a bit.